through the window of the delivery room. It was pouring with rain. A white bolt of lightning tore across the sky, and there was a cry in the room. The mother cradled the baby on her lap. Reproachful sounds were heard in her ears. "Oh my God! A red-haired child! It's the very embodiment of bad luck!" "Don't say that! The child is not guilty! It's me!" The sound of the phone ringing interrupted the mother. The grandmother rushed out to answer the phone. Her scream came from the door, and she fainted. The baby's father died on the way to the hospital in an accident. That child was me. "Hello, I'm Marina, a girl with frizzy red hair. It seems that the god of bad luck is my godmother, because ever since I was born, I've always been in trouble. Please like and subscribe to listen to my story." I grew up under the protection of my mother. She loved me very much. Despite the detractors or the judgmental people around her, she still gently hugged me to her. "Darling, never mind what they say. You are the best gift of God has given me." Although we were not very well off, she did not let me feel inferior for my friends in anything. In school, I was seen as eccentric and shunned by my classmates. Parents of the students in school also wanted children to stay away from the redheads because red hair was a sign of bad luck. God, what century was it? That was so old-fashioned. I walked into the school, my hands trying to tuck my curly hair into my hat to hide it. Suddenly, 2 boys passed by, snatched the hat from my head, threw it onto the tree branch, and ran towards the blonde girl, Lena, who was standing with her arms across. They saw me squirming under the tree and then laughed with delight. I tried to jump up to get it down. A stick long enough to reach the branch easily helped me get back my hat. I turned to look in the direction of the stick. It was my best friend Drake.
"Here you go. Have you had breakfast yet? Shall I buy you something to eat?"
"Thank you. My mother already prepared my breakfast."
"Wow! Look who showed up to rescue the princess. You two are such a beautiful couple. Drake Airy, Drake Airy."
The boys surrounding Lena also joined in and shouted our names, making me very shy. I pulled Drake away by his hand while he kept turning his head to face the others.
"At least she's a princess, not mean bullies like you."
We sat down at a table in the cafeteria, and I took out the breakfast my mother had prepared for me, a sandwich in front of Drake. Seeing my sad reaction, Drake patted my head to comfort.
"It's just a joke. I'll just take a moment for those blockheads to forget. Don't mind them."
I quickly pulled my hand back, looking at him awkwardly. I knew Drake liked me, but I only considered him a friend. Drake had always been the one to help me deal with the bullying of Lena's group. I realized he has feelings but could not reciprocate because my heart was lost to someone else. Seeing my silence, Drake subtly changed the subject.
"The prom is coming up. Do you have anyone to go with you? If you don't, then..."
The bell rang, interrupting him. I breathed a sigh of relief, quickly got up to collect everything on the table, and replied, "Let's talk later. Let's go to class." I answered briefly and ran away quickly. Honestly, I knew his intentions, but I did not know how to refuse. In the classroom, I looked at an empty spot. The guy I had feelings for was still not in the seat. I quickly took out the mirror from the pencil case and tried to make myself appear more beautiful. The boy I noticed was named Brian and was the hot boy of the class, with romantic blonde hair and a charming smile, and there was no girl who did not fall in love with him. It was frustrating to see Lena wiggling around him every day. Anyway, they were not lovers, but I still had a chance. I planned to invite Brian to come with me to the next prom. I jotted down a letter, and when no one was looking, I hid it in a book and placed it on Brian's desk. During the class, I turned to him from time to time and watched, wondering whether Brian had discovered my letter. In my mind, I also pictured the scenario. Brian agreed to go with me to the prom. I wore a beautiful white dress, and Brian, like a prince, reached out his hand to support me. The two of us, hand in hand, danced in the hall and were crowned best couple. Under Lena's jealous gaze, just imagining the little girl's angry face made me smile unconsciously. Everyone suddenly fell silent. I suddenly remembered that I was still in class, and I just fought to myself and laughed like a psycho. The teacher on the platform also shook her head, confusedly looking at me. The friends around were hugging their stomachs laughing. Embarrassed, I buried my face in the notebook on the table. At recess, Lena and her entourage kept pointing at me, whispering, talking loudly, and laughing. I tried to pretend not to care. Suddenly, Lena stepped onto the platform. She held a piece of paper in her hand, cleared her throat, and read each word aloud.
Dear Brian, it would be great if you could join me for next weekend's prom. Signed, Ari, with a little heart icon.
The laughter of the boys in the class resounded in unison, and all eyes were turned to me. My face was red with embarrassment and anger. Lena continued to taunt.
You're so good at choosing. With that interface, you dare ask Brian to go to prom with you. Ha ha ha.
I rushed to the classroom stage and snatched the letter from Lena's hand. Not seeming to believe I dared to protest, she shoved me so hard that we both fell to the floor. Brian rushed over. I thought he was going to help me up, but Brian just passed me and went straight to Lena. He was interested in asking her if she was okay and completely ignored me.
Are you okay? Does it hurt? She's so rude.
After seeing Lena pretending to be pitiful, Brian turned his face towards me reproachfully.
You are unreasonable. Erina, apologize to her.
My heart froze when I saw this scene. It was clear that the hurt one was me. How could he treat me like that? Drake approached me to help, but I pushed his hand away. I did not have the face to stay. I packed up all the things on the table and ran home as fast as I could. Seeing that I came home earlier than usual, my mother, who was so busy cleaning in the living room, also stopped, looked up, and asked, "You came home so early today. Something happened?" I did not let my mother finish her sentence, ran into my room, slammed the door, buried my face in the pillow, and cried, despite my mother outside knocking on the door. "Honey, what's wrong? Did someone bully you at school? You can talk to your mom. Ari, open the door." I did not answer my mother, but continued to stay in the room, thinking about the bad luck I had encountered since I was a child, and becoming the object of my friends' ridicule and teasing made me even more uncomfortable. Why me and not someone else? Why did I have to endure that? I looked at myself in the mirror and found something to blame. It was because of that damn hair. That was it. I decided to correct that imperfect part of mine. That night, after coming back from the hairdresser's, I looked at myself in the mirror. I had completely changed. The girl with the curly red hair was not there anymore. I was satisfied with my new look. My hair had been straightened and dyed brown. I believed my life would change from then on. My mother happened to see me, and she was quite surprised when she saw my new hair, as if she realized that my mood was better after returning from the hairdresser's. She didn't ask me again about what happened in school and just affectionately patted my head. "My daughter must have suffered a lot. I hope this life will be gentler to you and that everyone will bear no malice." That night, I hugged my pillow and got to my mother's room. I had not slept with her in a long time. Mom wrapped her arms around me like when I was a child. I fell asleep. The next morning, I went to school with a completely different look.
Oh my God, who is that? Is that the redhead? What? How did she become so beautiful overnight? Like that?
Those were the buzz when my classmates saw me. Everyone was surprised and admired my new hair. Drake also looked at me without blinking. He stammered.
Are you Erina? You look different today.
I was about to answer him when suddenly Brian appeared in front of me, pushing Drake aside.
Erina, now I realize how pretty you are. There's a party at my house tonight. Will you come?
Of course. No matter how bad his attitude used to be, I agreed when Brian asked me out.
I'll help you carry your bag, Erina. It must be heavy. After school, can you go to the movies with me?
Let's go shopping together. I know a store that has a lot of beautiful items. I hear they're having a sale.
Not only Brian, but the group of friends who played with Lena also came up. They competed to flatter me, wanting to be friends with me. It seemed that the jokes and bad words they used to say about me before were just like a dream. I enjoyed the attention and passed Lena's face, who was stamping her feet in anger. I smirk and look at her. My heart filled with a sense of victory. I had been waiting for this moment a long time. I could not deny that since I changed my hairstyle, I could easily blend in with my friends in school. I had the attention, care, and normal treatment of many other friends, which I could not get when I was stuck with that red hair. That evening, I went to Brian's house party. In the bustling, noisy scene, I sat among my friends and felt very lost. They decried Drake's look again. I thought if it had been before then, the person they were targeting would have probably been me. Hearing them say bad things for my friends made me very uncomfortable, but I could not refute it. I just silently smiled. I was afraid that if I did not join them, I would become the alienated freak I used to be. On the way back home, my expression was so sad. I remember the good times before. Drake and I did homework together, watched movies, and discussed topics that we enjoyed. At that time, I didn't have to pretend to do anything to please anyone. Suddenly, I get a text from Brian.
Erina, I'm so sorry about the incident the other day. Lena's actions that day were outrageous. If the invitation still stands, I would love to join you from the prom this week.
I was so happy that night that I could not sleep. On the weekend, I wore a white dress and a beautiful makeup and prepared to go to the prom. Brian sent me a text message saying that his mother did not lend him a car, so he could not come to pick me up. He told me he would wait at the gate if I could go to the school by myself. Of course, I agreed, but when I got there, he was nowhere to be found. Because I didn't want to wait anymore, I went inside. Wanting to go to the place hosting the party, I had to go through a classroom. Nearing the door, I heard Lena and Brian's voices. Out of curiosity, I put my ear to the door and eavesdropped on the conversation.
Darling, Irina must be waiting outside for you right now.
Sure, I did not think that girl would still agree to come to the prom with me. How stupid!
It turned out that the two of them cooperated to play pranks on me. Too embarrassed, I burst into tears and ran away from the school. It suddenly rained, the makeup in my face was smeared, and I looked pathetic. Even God wanted to laugh at me. That damn bad luck! Suddenly, I could not feel the rain falling in my head anymore. Someone was holding an umbrella for me. It was Drake.
I went to the party, but couldn't find you. Erina, are you crying? What happened?
Go away! Don't look at me! Leave me alone!
How can I leave you now? We're friends.
I lowered my gaze, not daring to face him. Remembering when they said bad things about Drake, I did not dare to come out to defend him. I was so bad. Why would you want to be friends with someone like me? Don't you think I'm an unlucky, ugly kid? Why are you always so nice to me?
I like you for who you are, not for your looks. I have always liked you. Please be my girlfriend.
Drake, I'm sorry. I just see you as a friend. I flatly refused. His face seemed very sad, but not angry. Drake nodded slightly to show that he understood and continued to take me home with an umbrella. At the door, he still did not forget to instruct.
Change your clothes. Don't catch a cold. I'll go home now.
I looked at his lonely back and felt extremely guilty inside. I was such a bad friend. After everything Drake had done, I still hurt him. That night, I thought a lot. Looking at my hair in the mirror, I realized that all the attention and care my friends gave me after I changed was just fake. In fact, I'd always been the unlucky redhead girl that they often teased and spoke ill of. I felt even more guilty that I had completely ignored Drake, my friend who in any situation cared about me. I had to correct my mistake. The next morning, early, I knocked on Drake's door with a cake prepared as an apology gift. Drake opened the door. He was surprised when he saw me.
Oh, your hair...
What do you think? Red hair still suits me better, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I changed my hairstyle, and from then on, I didn't want to worry about the other people say about me. I was most beautiful when I was myself. I gave the cake to Drake, murmuring to him. Last night, and before that, I apologized for taking your feelings slightly. Can the two of us be still friends? Drake smiled at me. He took the cake, opened the door wide, and invited me inside.
Of course.